If I don't have time is the reason that you're not training right now, then this video is going to challenge that. Because in my experience, time is rarely the real problem. And once you see what actually is the real problem, then finding the time suddenly becomes a lot easier than what you thought. Being too busy, that's the one. That's the reason why almost every bloke I've spoken to is what the excuse he gives me when I ask why they've stopped training. And I get it. I'm not going to just sit here and pretend that your life isn't genuinely full on. You've got lots to do. You've got your work, your career, you've got kids to raise, you've got a relationship to maintain and a house to keep standing. Your days are packed, your evenings are gone and your weekends aren't really weekends anymore. But here's the thing that I want you to sit with for a second. You find the time for the things that truly are non-negotiable in your head. You find time for the school run. You find time for client meetings. You find time for things that if you didn't do them, something would break in your system, in your life. The question isn't really whether you have the time. The question is whether you decide that your health is non-negotiable too. Because until you do, genuinely decide it, not just wish it was different, the time will never appear. There will always be something else filling that space. This video is about making that decision and then backing it up with a system that actually works in real life, especially when you're really busy. So let me be honest with you about something first. Most people who say they don't have time to train have at least an hour of screen time per day, whether this is on the phone, TV, or anything. And I'm not saying that to judge anyone. I've been there. It's worth being real about, because when someone says, I don't have the time to train, and then watches an hour of Netflix at 9 o'clock, the issue isn't time, the issue is priority. And that's not necessarily a problem. You've just got to prioritize what you value the most and ask yourself the question, do I value the training? Before you switch off, I'm not telling you that you need to cut out every moment of downtime and just grind your fitness 24/7, because rest is really important. Decompression matters. But 3 sessions of 30 to 40 minutes a week is 120 minutes out of 168 hours. We're talking about less than 1% of your week dedicated to your training. So the reframe I want you to take from this section is this. You don't need to find time. You need to make time. And that is a decision and not a discovery. Nobody stumbles across spare time. You have to create it deliberately, protect it, and treat it with the same seriousness as anything else in your life that actually matters. You just got to make it more valuable to you if it is indeed something you want to take seriously. Right, let's get practical, because telling you to make time without showing you where it comes from is just useless. So here are 3 windows that work consistently for busy people. Window number 1, early morning. This is the one that I come back to every single time because it's the most reliable. Before the kids get up, before the emails start to come in, before the day has a chance to swallow you whole. That window belongs to no one but you. Even 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning gives you a solid training window before your whole household will normally wake up. I know that early mornings though aren't everyone's natural preference, but here's the thing, you don't have to love it, you just have to do it. And within 2 to 3 weeks of consistent early training, your body will adapt and your energy in the morning will improve. And it starts to feel like your time. The guys that I work with who train in the morning are the ones who most often stay consistent, not because they're more disciplined, but because nothing can steal that time away from them. They've got it done before the rest of the day begins. Window number 2, lunchtime. If early mornings generally don't work, and for some people, especially with youngsters or night feeds, that it just doesn't work. Lunchtime is your next best option. 30 to 40 minutes, 3 times a week. Eat at your desk before or after. This requires a gym close to work, or even just do it from a home setup. But if you've got either of those, a lunchtime slot is one of the most underused training windows going. Window number 3, attached to an existing habit. This one's for when neither of above are realistic. You find something you already do every day, dropping the kids at school, finishing work, a regular meeting that ends at a set time, and you bolt your training directly onto the back of it. No going home first, no gap for life to fill. Then you go straight from the existing habit to the gym, so it becomes like a bolt-on habit. The transition is the killer for most people. Remove the transition and you remove the excuse. Now, if you're getting value from this, then please hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. I put out this sort of content every single week is for blokes who are done making excuses and ready to actually make change. Let's get into how we make this stick long term. Finding the window is step one. Keeping it, that's the harder part. So here's how you do that. First of all, you want to schedule it like a meeting, and you really want to defend it like it's a really serious, important, career-changing meeting. Put your 3 sessions in your calendar right now with a start time, an end time, and a location. Not as a vague intention, but as a confirmed appointment to yourself. And when something tries to take that slot, your default answer is, no, I'm already busy. You'd reschedule a client meeting rather than cancel it entirely. Apply that same logic to training. If it genuinely has to move, then it moves. It doesn't disappear. Next, you want to plan the session, at least the night before. Decision fatigue is real, and it kills more workouts than tiredness does. If you arrive at your training window and you have to figure out what you're doing, you're already going to lose 5 to 10 minutes, and you've given your brain an opportunity to talk yourself into cutting it short, or at least cutting the intensity. Know exactly what you're doing before it even starts. The exercises, the sets, the weights, sort everything out the night before. You walk in and you execute, and that's it. Then the next step is lower the barrier to entry. The harder it is to get started, the easier it is to skip. So make it as frictionless as possible. Your gym kit is packed and by the door the night before. Your pre-workout snack ready if you train in the morning. The route to the gym already in your head. Playlist sorted. These sound like tiny details, but they're the difference between starting and not starting on the days when motivation is low. And then you want to accept that imperfect consistency will always beat perfect inconsistency. And this one's really important. You will miss sessions. Life will get in the way. A sick kid, a work crisis, something you couldn't have planned for, and that's absolutely fine. The goal isn't a perfect training record. The goal is that missing 1 session never becomes missing 2, and missing 2 never becomes a missing month. When you miss, you get back on it immediately. No guilt, no reset, no, oh, start fresh Monday. You just go again. Now, if you're the kind of person who knows what they need to do, but struggles to stay accountable and consistent on your own, that's exactly what I built Dad Mode Unlocked for. It's a free community on the School platform for self-employed men in their 30s and 40s who are done putting themselves last. Inside, we cut through the noise, build simple systems that fit around real life, and hold each other accountable to actually showing up. No fluff, no generic fitness advice, just straightforward support from men who are in the same boat and doing the work. Come and join us. It's free and it's built for exactly where you are. And the link is in the description. So I'll see you there. So here's the bottom line. You are not too busy. You are actually, like most men in your position, not yet convinced that your health deserves a slot in your calendar. That's something that you need to fix if you do want to take this seriously. Because once you've made that decision and you've actually made it, not just told yourself that it's good for you, then the time will appear. It won't appear magically, but because you start looking for it differently, you'll start protecting it. You'll start building a day around it instead of just hoping that it fits in. So 30 to 40 minutes, 3 times a week. That's all I'm asking. That's the investment. The real return on that investment is your energy, your confidence, your strength, your mental clarity and focus, and how you show up every day for everyone else in your life. So stop waiting for a quieter week. There isn't going to be one. Make the time and start right now. I'll see you in the next video.